Hey guys, Frosty Knives here. And today we are going to do what everybody's been asking me for. We're going to do a Dark trailer. The Dark trailer. We're going to do the Dark Tower trailer review. The Dark trailer. That's silly. We're going to do a review on the Dark Tower official trailer. And I have it up here on my computer screen, and we're going to talk about it. So I've watched it a bunch of times. I'm gonna just kind of briefly go through it again. It's 2 minutes, 55 seconds long, and we're gonna talk about it. All right. And it starts out with a close-up of Roland. All right, let's see here. This isn't a reaction video. This is just... Okay, there's the first problem that I have with the trailer. We're 6 seconds into it, and Roland is magically flipping his bullets up in the air and catching them like he's some sort of Neo Matrix person. Roland doesn't reload that way. Now, there are other ways in the trailer that he does reload when he's doing that. We'll get to that. But this, you see, you're making him too fancy. He's too Hollywood. He doesn't reload that way. Court would have kicked his ass. All right, here we go. Let's talk about this. The Dark Tower by Sony, right?
For thousands of generations, the gunslingers were knights.
For thousands of generations, the Jedi have watched over the Old Republic. Sorry, he got very Obi-Wan Kenobi there for a minute.
Sworn to protect us from the coming of the dark.
And there we go, the coming of the dark. Wanted to protect us from the coming of the dark, which is insinuation of the Man in Black. That's not what the gunslingers were for. They weren't there to protect you from the coming of the dark. They were there to protect the tower. They were protectors of the realm. Okay, we gotta now here's Jake waking up from the epic best-selling novels by Stephen King.
As you call them. What do you see?
I see a tower.
See a tower.
The Man in Black.
The Man in Black.
Gunslinger.
And the gunslinger.
Just dreams.
They're just dreams, Jake. Oh, maybe they're not just dreams. Oh. Here's a little side note for you guys that, want to know this shit. When you see the scene where Jake's talking to his counselor like it is right now, and there's that little beam quake thing going on, the picture that kind of rattles on the counselor's desk, that's the photo of the Overlook. There's your first Easter egg. Ooh, now he's like, maybe... Now Jake's going to the house on Dutch Hill. There's a portal. Walking towards the portal. Sucked into Roland's world. And what does Roland say? Who the fuck are you? Who are you? Who are you?
It's you.
Okay, so that's the first scene in the trailer, probably the only scene in the trailer that actually comes from the books. That happened in Wastelands when after Jake died the second time. When he got dropped in the first book. And then he starts having those nightmares because he's living these dual worlds. He remembers dying. He remembers not dying. He remembers going to school. He remembers Roland. Starts having those dreams, and the dreams lead him to the house on Dutch Hill. So there is the first reference, of where... That came from the book. So that's interesting. And now,
Gunslinger, right?
now he meets Roland for the first time. It's not where he met Roland for the first time.
Not anymore.
Why does the Man in Black want to destroy the tower?
The tower protects both our worlds.
The tower protects both our worlds. Bullshit. The tower is a multiverse hub. Protects all worlds. We're not going there,
If
though.
it falls, hell will be unleashed.
If it falls, hell will be unleashed. Well, if it falls,
He's like
everything,
the devil, isn't he?
it would be chaos.
Here's worse.
It would be chaos.
Stop what's coming. Death always wins.
Here's the second problem that I have with the trailer. Roland is showing too much emotions. There's too much emotions on Roland's face. Roland is a robot. Roland is just... Roland, they're playing him too emotional. At points you see him, he looks kind of worried. Sometimes he looks a little surprised. Sometimes he looks a little maybe nervous. Roland doesn't... You can't read emotions on Roland's face. How many times did Eddie call him long, tall, and ugly and yell at him for being so robotic?
The world might be gone, but mine isn't.
Okay, there's the second Easter egg. When Jake is walking through Midworld and you see that sort of abandoned amusement park, the name on the arch of the abandoned amusement park is Pennywise. Second Easter egg.
If you let that tower fall, billions of people die.
Well, more than billions are going to die if the tower falls.
You're gonna like Earth a lot.
All right, let's go.
So now they're going back through the house, back to Earth.
Clawing your way out of the
But we don't know why. We don't know
Tell
why.
kid whoever walks with you dies by my hand.
I will kill him for both of us.
That's not true.
I do not aim at my hand. You aim
Now we got a
at the hand
shootout
that's
in
without
New
the face
York.
of his father. I aim at my eye. I do not shoot with my hand.
He shoots with his
Shoot with
hand.
my mind.
He shoots with his hand, has forgotten the face of his father.
Jake!
Finish it.
I do not kill with my gun.
I kill with my heart. He who kills with his gun has forgotten the face of his father. I kill with my heart. There you go.
I kill with my heart.
The Dark Tower. All right, so why are they going to New York? If there's no Eddie, if there's no Susanna, there's going to be no Oi, if there's no drawing, why are they going to New York? This is the questions that I have. And he says, do they have guns and bullets on your world? Like, why are they going? Why, they obviously looks like they go back through the same portal on Dutch Hill that brought Jake in, so why are they going to Earth? What's the point? I mean, we don't know that yet because the trailer is just showing some things, but think about it. If there's no Eddie, there's no Oi, if there's no Susanna, if there's no drawing, if there's none of the, if they're stripping away all of this stuff, then what point do they have to go to New York? What, they trying to protect the Rose? Are they even going to talk about the Rose? We don't know. We don't know what's going on. We just know that they're skipping over the fact that Jake has to die to get to Roland's world the first time. The first time Jake dies, when he gets crushed by the car, he wakes up in Roland's world. But they're not going with that. They're going with the scene from the Wastelands where he has dreams. And that's the other thing. Why is Jake dreaming about the Roland and the Man in Black in the Dark Tower? Why? He dreamed about it in the books because he'd been there. And then he died in Roland's world, sacrificing himself under the mountains. And then he had this, in New York, he had that sort of duality thing going on where he remembered both timelines. And that was driving him crazy. So he remembers that. But why is he having dreams about Roland, about Roland's world? I liked kind of looking at Roland's world. Looked like we see some orcs, which kind of remind me of like the orcs under the mountains. Some creatures that we see in there. I don't know. He says that if the tower falls, it will destroy both of our worlds. Well, if the tower falls, it destroys all of our worlds. But if you're saying it destroys both of our worlds, does that mean that you're just ignoring the multiverse, aspect of the books? It's like they stripped out a lot and they've condensed it to Roland versus Randall Flagg with Jake. And then so for some reason he goes back to Earth. I don't know why. Maybe he needs more bullets. Maybe that's why he goes back to Earth. Maybe it's something as simple as, yo, I'm out of ammo. I need to reload. Reloading. I need to reload. The trailer looks nothing like the books. A couple of things looked like the books, like the way that Roland was reloading really fast and being really fast with the guns. That was good. Reloading on his belt. That was interesting. They're bringing in 3 characters from the books. That's interesting. They talked about, there's a scene where you see the tower sort of exploding and there's like beam quakes. We don't know if that's a vision sent to Roland from Flagg, if that was part of a dream, if that's something that actually is happening. We don't know. I read somewhere that this movie is taking place towards the end of Roland's journey, which is weird. We don't even know if we're going to have sequels. We just know we have this movie. This could be a one and done kind of thing. There may not even be any sequels. I don't know. Could be a one and done thing. Could be Roland versus the Man in Black with the tower in the balance. But yeah, why are they? But it doesn't feel like the Dark Tower. It feels like Hollywood, Matrix, Neo, action-oriented, blow things up in your face kind of schlocky stuff. That's what it feels like. Nothing really vibes with the Tower other than, you know, feeling like this is a Tower movie other than the Tower is in it. If you took out the Tower, if you changed Roland, if you changed Idris and McConaughey's names and the boys' names to Joe, Billy Bob, and Smitty Pants, and this could be generic Hollywood movie number 28 coming out this year. It really could. There is nothing in this that's really sort of distinguishing from the Tower. And here's the other problem that I have with it. A lot of people use Stephen King's movies as jumping off points to get into his books. So if people watch this movie and they really like it, and then they say, I want to read the books, and then they start reading the books, they're going to go immediately, this is nothing like the movies. And then they're going to become confused. Because if you deviate that much, you're going to get into the books and you're going to go, this is nothing like the movie that I just watched. Nothing at all. And they're going to be confused, and they're going to be like, I don't understand. You know, who is Eddie? Why wasn't he in the movie? Why wasn't Susanna in the movie? So I don't know. It looked like your standard Hollywood schlock fest. Generic action film number 25. They put King's name on it, put a little bit of Easter eggs in it. King signed off on it, said that he liked it. You know, we've got a few things borrowed from the books, a little bit here and there. But at the end of the day, my hopes and opinions for the movie are going to be very, very low, very small. Am I gonna go see it in the theater? Probably. But I don't expect a whole hell of a lot from it. And I certainly don't. It shouldn't say based on the epic best-selling. Maybe it should have said inspired by the Dark Tower or something like that, because they took a lot of liberties. And it's not even the fact that Roland is played by an African-American. I'm beyond that. The whole storyline, you know, Roland being too emotional. Why are they going to Earth if there's no Eddie and if there's no drawing of Eddie and Susanna? Why are they going back to Earth? Does Roland simply just need to go on the shopping spree? Is that where Matthew McConaughey is? You know, is he chasing? You know, did Flag escape to Earth and that's where they're going to have a final showdown? And why does it always have to end in Earth? I mean, Midworld is such a lush place to see. It's such an interesting place. Do we really need to go back to New York? If you're not doing the drawing, why are we going back to New York? So, close that. And that's my opinion on the Dark Tower trailer review. Hope you enjoyed it. We can talk about it trailer review. We'll do another video on that. But until next time, I will see you in the next video.